Hey guys, welcome to, I believe it's week 4 of public law. Um, and today we are going to be talking about the Patriot Act. It's an acronym. It actually stands for um, it's actually called the USA Patriot Act. So it stands for Uniting and Strengthening America by providing appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct Terrorism Act of 2001. And if the name didn't give it away a little bit, it was passed post 9/11, I believe 2 weeks afterwards, in fact. And Congress's aim, kind of passing it, was to expand intelligence gathering powers, improve info sharing between agencies, and of course, the main thing, to prevent another terrorism attack like 9/11 from happening again. And it was signed by George Bush, who was the president at the time. And some of the things that they kind of touched on, expanded on, was roving wiretaps, which is, I don't know if it's a software program or whatever it is, that it doesn't just monitor one device that you're on, but it actually follows a suspect on different devices. So you could be working on a computer, tablet. If it's your information logged in, they're going to be monitoring that information. And it also increased broader access to business records. It was a broader authority to monitor emails and any type of internet activity for any person, right? It also expanded the use of national security letters, NLSs, and it also increased, again, info sharing between the FBI and CIA. And what this did was pretty much make it easy for the government to kind of watch you first and then justify it later, as in, hey, we were right to track them the whole time. See, they messed up. um, yeah, which of course it's fun, right? And of course, there was a lot of outrage when this first came out, right? A lot of civil rights groups and honestly, a lot of immigrants, non-citizens, who were targeted because of these acts and who already had a target on their back, even though they were maybe in America, U.S. citizens for however long post 9/11. It kind of just made them feel more targeted for these implicit biases that were now attached to how they looked. For the average American, it raised concerns over privacy rights, Fourth Amendment protections, and of course, broad, brazen government overreach. And it wasn't until Edward Snowden, who worked for the FBI, CIA, I believe, in around 2013, leaked classified info from some of the programs that had apparently been capturing data from millions of people, not just in the US, but worldwide. And this prompted the USA Freedom Act, which was signed in by Barack Obama, I believe, in 2015. And so that kind of revised most of the laws from the USA Patriot Act, but it kept still some of them, just changed the wording a little bit on the overreach of governmental powers. But so the USA Patriot Act, it was a massive increase in the executive branch's powers in national security. It tipped mostly everything in their favor. And what was just supposed to be a temporary shift in power kind of turned into a long-term power dynamic. And as mentioned in some of the previous videos, I believe, once government's giving that power, it's really hard for it to take away. And of course, they're not going to ask for you guys to take that power away from them as well. So I'm sure if there wasn't any outrage, if Edward Snowden never leaked the information about what was happening, it probably would still be around and still be allowed. And it, kind of became embedded in routine counterterrorism, rather than, again, just temporary emergency powers. And there was no government transparency at all with it. And it actually made it really difficult for people to challenge certain surveillance methods as well, even especially if the government was so-called justified in some of their investigations. Justified. Um, yeah, that's it for the week of the USA Patriot Act. Hope to see you guys next week. Thank you.